Something strange is happening in the car world. For years, Chinese cars were known for one thing: copying everyone else. Cheap designs, uninspiring interiors, cars that looked like knockoff versions of German brands. But today, some Chinese cars look so good. They're making BMW, Audi, and even Mercedes look old. So what happened? How did China go from copycat to creating some of the most futuristic and beautiful cars on the road? The answer is smarter than you think. This wasn't luck, it wasn't sudden, and it definitely wasn't accidental. China followed a very calculated strategy. In fact, there are 4 major reasons why Chinese cars are becoming so beautiful. And the last one is the reason legacy brands should be worried. The biggest reason Chinese cars suddenly look incredible? Simple. They hired the best automotive designers in the world. China didn't reinvent car design. They imported world-class design talent. And this is where things get really interesting. One of the biggest names is Giles Taylor, the former design chief of Rolls-Royce, the man behind legendary luxury cars like the Phantom and Cullinan. Today, he's helping shape China's premium car design language through Hongqi and FAW. But that's just the beginning. Wolfgang Egger, former head designer at Audi, Lamborghini, and Alfa Romeo, now leads design at BYD. Under his direction, BYD's design language became dramatically more aggressive and futuristic. Then there's Stefan Silaff. This is a huge name in automotive design. He worked at Audi, Bentley, and even Mercedes-Benz. Now he's leading global design at Geely and Zeekr. Think about that. The people who design some of Europe's most beautiful cars are now designing Chinese EVs. And it doesn't stop there. Chinese brands have also attracted talent from BMW. For example, Kai Langer, the former design head behind BMW's electric lineup, moved to Xiaomi's EV division. So when people ask, why do Chinese cars suddenly look so good? The answer is because the same people who designed Europe's icons are now designing China's future. That's not coincidence. That's strategy. So in reality, you're not just looking at a Chinese car. You're looking at European design DNA rebuilt for the EV era. Now here's where it gets controversial. At first, yes, Chinese brands copied. Let's be honest, some early models looked almost identical to Western cars. BMWs, Range Rovers, Porsches, sometimes almost line for line. And that criticism was real. But here's what many people missed. Copying was never the final goal. It was the learning phase. China studied proportions, headlight shapes, body lines, interior layout, material choices, brand identity. They basically reverse engineered what made premium cars look expensive. Then they improved, fast, very fast. Today, some Chinese EVs honestly look more modern than their Western competitors. And yes, some of them now look better than the originals. That's the shocking part. Cars like the Neo ET7 and many BYD models have cleaner proportions, more aggressive lighting signatures, and stronger futuristic identity than some German sedans. They moved from imitation to iteration to innovation. That evolution happened in less than a decade. This is where Chinese brands really separate themselves. European brands often protect heritage, kidney grills, 4-ring identity, traditional dashboard layout. They have history to preserve. China doesn't, and that gives them freedom. Brands like BYD and NIO are designing for what drivers want next, not what worked 20 years ago. That means massive screens, ambient lighting, minimalist interiors, floating center consoles, futuristic LED light bars, AI-driven interfaces, voice assistants. The inside of many Chinese EVs feels closer to a luxury tech lounge than a traditional car. And that's intentional. They understand that modern buyers, especially younger buyers, care about tech aesthetics as much as performance. People don't just want horsepower. They want the car to feel like the future. That's why lighting design has become a major focus. The exterior light signature alone can make a car instantly recognizable at night. This is where Chinese brands are becoming incredibly strong, sometimes stronger than legacy automakers. And here's the part most people still don't realize. Chinese automotive companies are no longer outsiders. They now own some of the most legendary international car brands in the world. That changes everything. Take Geely, a Chinese company, but look at what they own: Volvo, Polestar, Lotus, and part of Smart. Think about how massive that is. Volvo is one of the most respected names in safety and Scandinavian design. Lotus is one of Britain's most iconic performance brands. Polestar is already one of the most modern EV design brands on the market. And all of them now sit under Chinese ownership. That means Chinese companies are not just learning from Europe. They are now directly controlling European design DNA. So when you see beautiful Chinese cars today, you're not just looking at local design progress. You're looking at decades of global automotive heritage, engineering culture, and design language being absorbed into Chinese brands. That's a huge reason why their cars now feel more premium. So why are Chinese cars becoming beautiful? Simple. They hired the best. They learn from the best. They iterate faster, and they design for the future. This isn't just about looks, it's about strategy. And honestly, the rest of the auto industry should be paying attention, because this design revolution is only getting started. What do you think? Are Chinese cars now better looking than European brands, or are they still catching up? Comment below, because this debate is just getting started.